like low key. I ain't got a cap, niggas know about me. Hat to the back with my wife in the front, rolling up a fat blunt of the kush OG. Yeah, y'all better leave me alone. Yeah, I'm in a league of my own, and you better go get them quick, fast. Maddie, can you hear me good?
Yes, I can.
Okay, that's cool. Hold on 1 second. I'm finna switch over to you in 1 sec.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and see you.
I can't see anything. Maybe I'm not
and see you. And then you're already on Twitch, so you have to be two places. That's what I was telling you and shit. First of all, how are you doing? You know what I mean? How are you?
I'm all. Hey, I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. And listen, you look nice though. Look, man.
Thank you.
You are the most talked about woman in the internet right now. And you,
yeah,
you ain't even mean it to happen. I've been trying to go viral for 4 years. So you mean to tell me this all I needed to do? Shit. So I'm here to tell you right now, I'm Corey's baby mama. Okay? We going viral out there bit. Now let me quit playing. Listen, it's a lot of people right now that I think have you misunderstood. Okay? Now,
that's fair.
Very, very misunderstood. And it's a thing. It's crazy as hell. You're the most talked about woman, but yet we don't know that much about you. You know what I mean? And that's really weird to me. So where you from? Where you from?
I'm from Newark, New Jersey.
You from New York?
And then my parents are Newark.
Newark, okay. Now,
yeah, and then my parents are
what are you doing? You do acting still and all of that?
Right now, at the moment, no, I don't.
Okay.
But I am an actress. I have recorded for 3 movies so far that are all in post-production. Okay. The last one that I recorded was in May. I was in Chicago filming for a movie, A Life Unwritten. And I also was doing like modeling. So I've done some like commercials and things like that, as well as like videos. So like being like the main model and like videos with different artists. I've done that as well. But I also stopped that for a whole other reason. But I also stopped doing that. And then I'm also a casting director for United Casting Agency. So I'm also the person who's casting models and actors in different commercials and different videos and gigs like that.
So
that's kind of like...
So this type of thing right here is not good at all for the brand. You know what I'm saying? You don't need all of this shit for your brand right now. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was trying to tell you. Like I realized like a lot that I've kind of got myself into because of decisions that I've made. I'm like, all right, this isn't really on brand for me right now.
Yeah. But listen, listen, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I react and shit, but I'm a woman first, and I'm also a human being. So I understand certain things. Now, what I want to know is, you were saying on your live that you was married prior. You feel what I'm saying? And I know.
Oh, you're watching the live?
Yes, we. And yeah, of course. I got to do my homework. So you know what I'm saying? You was married prior, and that ended. Is that the thing that you kind of felt like draw you and Corey together because y'all were both coming out of something bad?
Okay. Well, my situation wasn't bad. I was married in 2022. I got married. And then my marriage also, like, we separated that same year. So I got married February 9th, 2022. And by September 2022, it was just like, but it wasn't, at the time, it was bad when it ended and things like that. But we're now like I'm 2 years removed from that.
Okay.
And so we're in 2024 now that I'm, meeting Corey and things like that. But I do feel like we were able to relate on that. Like I'm 27, he's 26. Being in our 20s and having to go through a separation, having to go through a process of divorce, I think that we related on that for sure.
Trauma bonds is real. So it's safe to say that you've been in love before. But what was it about Corey? And this is the thing, because I'm pretty sure you see my videos and stuff like this. I think one of the things that a lot of people wanted to understand is, what in 2 months did you learn about Corey that just automatically made you want to start a family? What was it? I mean, did you see his side? Because, I mean, a lot of us, we don't see certain sides of Corey. I mean, and it had to be something that will wheel you in 2 months. Like, you know what I'm saying? What was it about him that made you say, you know what, this is the one, I'm finna start a family with him? Because we're having a hard time figuring out, like, what in the fuck he had did in 2 months? Unless he got that D. Now, sir, now some niggas got that D. You can say this is a safe place. Obviously, because, listen, I want you to be real. Because people don't understand sometimes that dick can have you traumatized. And, I mean, is this the case? Like, I mean, I'm so sorry, but I need to know that the dick have you... Listen, because it seemed like it's making a lot of people go astray. Did the dick lead you astray?
I'm going to be... I really needed that laugh. I'm going to be honest. So... the first day that we had sex was June 3rd. And so the very first time we had sex, it was unprotected, and he came inside of me. It's very like TMI.
Stop. What the fuck would make you do that? I mean, like, did you love him at that point, or y'all was wilding?
Honestly, wilding.
A little bit of both.
Just being honest. Like, I have to be real enough to say, like, it wasn't even something that, like.
So now we've seen a lot of things unfold online, and I know it's certain things that you're also waiting on your YouTube to talk about, and you know what I'm saying, and I'm gonna leave that there too as well. But I just want to know too, like, did you see signs to know that, damn, you know what I mean, this I rushed this, like, you know what I'm saying? Because as a woman, I know that sometimes we come into certain situations and we try to save a man. I get that part. You know what I mean? I mean, no matter what we got going on, no matter how hard we done loved and shit before in the past and what we scared of, sometimes we always seem to be magnets to the people, you know what I'm saying, that we got to pour our whole soul into. Can you say that was like one of those type of situations to where you met him and you just went head over? I mean, because it's like you seem very intelligent. I was watching a lot of your things and shit, and I'm just like, it was baffling me a little bit because I'm like, she seemed like she got sense. I don't understand what's going on in this type of situation. So, I mean, you know, is that the case?
So, I did want to, like, this is going to be funny to you guys, but I did want to answer your first question that you asked earlier, and the D is amazing. Like, I can't even like negate it. I can't even sit here and like cap to you guys. Like, it's 10 out of 10. That's that part of things.
Yeah.
And then
I knew it had to be something. But go ahead.
At the very beginning, no. I think my only like hesitant moments was like, all right, you know, when he was posting me and things like that. Like, I'm like, you know, like early on, like literally like day one of us. I think I want to say either day one, that night up, they posted that first video of me, and that was on his story. And then he posted a post with like all pictures of him without his shirt on, and then like I was like the last slide and whatever. But at the same time, I kind of saw it like, well, we not really a thing, and I wasn't sure if we was really gonna be a thing. So I'm like, we just vibing, and maybe, you know, he just posted, like, I don't know, like, I didn't put too much thought into it. I was kind of just enjoying myself. To be fair, I also did just get out of something. It wasn't a marriage, but I also just got out of something, so I also was hurting, you know. And so I think that played a role in it. When I look back now, like, I'm like, well, I think Corey was something like to do when there was nothing to do at the time. Like, it was like, I'm getting over this situation kind of thing. I didn't know that him and his wife, I didn't know that they had just got out of something as well in May. I thought they'd been broke up.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? From like our previous when we first ever met was in April, and he was telling me, yeah, this is going on, and then that was it. We spoke probably a couple times after that, but really nothing romantic at all. I wasn't interested. I was thinking about trying to help him and stuff with his music. That was our initial conversation, because I also am in marketing as well for a few different artists. But like I just haven't, at the time I was like really hands on. And so that was how we met. So with that being said, I think that early on, like, no, because I wasn't focused. I wasn't looking at it. I wasn't even so as much like probably like July is when I hold on, make sure I got the dates. Probably end of June, beginning of July was my first time ever even like going through all of his pictures on his Instagram. You know how like as women, like we do that.
Yeah,
like, we don't go and like do our research.
So that's what's baffling me before. So before you scroll the pics, you went wild turkey with this nigga. We gotta, this is a woman thing though. This is a woman thing. I think we all at some point gotta start taking accountability for certain shit.
And yes,
we give our stuff away like it's not prized possessions, because people don't understand, like, we're linked to these men for forever. Right now, you might be in a situation to where you linked to this man. You dig what I mean? And there's nothing you can do about it. So like those decisions got to be made a lot smarter. And I'm not saying we ain't fucked up, because we all did. Everybody done smashed. You know what I mean? So it's not like people can be on here and not like understand where you're coming from. But I think when it comes down to you, a lot of things that I was seeing and things like this and things that I wanted to have questions about, because you have a brand that you're trying to start, and it's important for you to have a base of women. And you don't want a whole base of women to look at you a certain way because your story is not being told properly. You feel what I'm saying? And I think one of the biggest things that my concern was with is, I know that we get in relationships with men, right? And when we become the new woman, We want to prove to that man that, look, I'm different from everybody you ever dealt with in your life. Everybody gonna feel that way. You feel me? Me, you, anybody in this comment. When we get with a man, we want to be the best woman that this man has ever had. But was there ever moments where you start seeing that, yo, this relationship not be right? Because I have seen your text messages, and it was times early on you was ready to walk the fuck away. So when you were ready to walk away, were those the moments where you were identifying with some of the things that Carmen was going through and things that she was saying? Was those type of videos make you say, hold on, who am I? You know, you know what I mean? Is it that woman part right there that made you say, look, maybe I can't be with this man? Because I think that's what a lot of women want to know, you know? Like, did she ever just feel empathy for her? You know what I'm saying? In that particular time.
1,000, I definitely felt empathy for Carmen. Yeah. Off camera, something that Corey could attest to. I even also have like messages of that. Like, we would have multiple conversations about, because that was like a lot of our relationship.
That was
like just his trauma, his past, and things like on his end. Like, it was like, and he would bleed on me a lot, and we would have those conversations. You know, like I was always defending her off camera, if I'm being completely honest, like almost every single time, because I am a woman. And we would have deep conversations of me breaking things down. Like, I understand that she reacted in this way. I understand that from what he's shown me, I understand that there are some mishaps in the story, but it's like, can you blame her? That was always like my perspective. Like, to put it in a sentence, how I feel about their situation, it was always like, even if she is this person that you're saying she is, this type of person, you made her that way. That was always like what I always like try to open up his eyes to see. Like, you have this accountability that if she is this person that you're saying she is, you made her that way because of things that he shared to me that he said that she doesn't even know that he's done. And so with that being said, like, I definitely did empathize with her. I think I was struggling with being in that space of like, it was like a couple things. What he's telling me, what he's showing me.
Yes, the pillow talk. That pillow talk.
Me caring about him. Yeah. Me loving him. You know, like, everybody's like, that's another narrative. Everybody's like, how did you just love him that quick? And it was just
it's possible, but we just, you know, we want to. Like, but yeah, I get it.
You know, like, and so it was like me loving him, me caring about him, me in real life seeing that he was hurting, and I'm like, okay, this. So you look at it, you're looking at the person, and I'm not saying that I don't want to even. I'm still, this is fresh, so I'm still figuring out if, like, yeah, Maddie, maybe you really was manipulated. Like, I'm still trying to process through those thoughts. Yeah. If I'm being honest, but like, I wasn't looking at it like that in the moment. It's like, he's really hurting, and like, I'm seeing how this is affecting him. He's showing me all these different things that I'm only hearing his side, and then it was like a mixture of like the fans and supporters. I think that's what made me, if I'm taking accountability, react to certain things prematurely or like insensitive manner because of the fans. Like, I was attacked a lot, and I feel like I never got a fair chance, and I was kind of thrown into this, and it was kind of like, I'm over here like trying to like, literally I'm drowning. I'm trying to like put my head over water, and that's how I could describe how I felt. And so like, I think that's what made me. Before her song dropped, I never said anything about her negative on social media at all. Anything, if there was ever anything, it was either tea rooms and pages, me talking about something else, and then taking it out of context and putting a title over it saying, Maddie saying da da da. And most things were actually that. Because as y'all saw, I've never said her name. But after the song dropped, the very first thing that I would say that I did that was like, yeah, Maddie, you shouldn't have done, was when we was in the hospital. And you know, that whole thing was going on and all that, like, just being, people don't realize that, like, or I think I was dragged into it. From as soon as the song dropped, people were commenting under all my pictures, saying YMDDL, whatever it is. People were DMing me. It was just like all this stuff, like, you're this, you're that, you're this, how could you? And I'm like, I'm just as shocked as everybody else. And this is stuff that people didn't see, you know what I'm saying, off camera. Like, I'm off camera, like, trying to figure out, like, what is she talking about? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But at the same time, at the very day that she dropped, he also fell out. So I'm seeing my boyfriend.
He fell out because he heard that song. That's what made him fall out.
That's everybody.
He felt like he heard that shit ran his blood pressure straight the fuck up. You feel what I'm saying? But look, lastly though, you know what I'm saying? I just think that a lot of things were misconstrued because of how a lot of things came out as well. Now there is one thing that you got to help me with a little bit because started like, you know what I'm saying? The lady from last night, I mean, like have y'all straightened it out? Because I know that you was like, I don't want no smoke with nobody. You know what I'm saying? I just want to kind of just like clear my name. I want to move on. I want to goddamn get into my brand and things like that. My question is, I mean, the D had you to where you was calling everybody. I see you was getting locations. I mean, they had you to trying to find this nigga. Because I see you reached out to everybody. Scrappy, Chaotic. You reached out to the Gingerbread Man. You called me. No, I'm just bullshit. But I'm just saying, like, you know, I know that women go through this shit. I know we go through our shit. You know what I'm saying? Is it safe to say that this nigga drove you crazy? Like, that ass fucking serious. Is it just safe to say that he had you doing the things that you never thought you would have did for a man?
Relationship, 1000%. I feel like I gave CJ, like, all of me. Like, I spent every day of my life. Like, I told you, like, the things that I was doing, like, everything just was on pause.
Yeah.
For, like, him.
Yeah.
For, like, I'm now trying to push his career further. I'm now trying to pour into him, like, and the stuff that people don't see off camera. And CJ is he has a strong ego. He has a lot of pride. And so what he shows on camera is not who he is real life. Yeah. And so that was, like, a lot of our conversations. Even that's where the factor, like, me being controlling came in, which I could take accountability for. But it was always came from, like, a place of, like, bro, you're not even being yourself right now. Or you're not being the person that you say, you get what I'm saying, you want to be. This whole time, it's like, I'm looking back and I'm like, oh, shit, this is who you really want to be. You know what I'm saying? This is who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, like, I kind of came in, like, and he always says, like, this girl made me a better man. That was always a narrative. I'm pretty sure if you speak to him again, he's probably still going to say that. But at the same time, I'm like, well, I don't see the fruit anymore. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I was putting in so much work. And now that I'm looking back at it, I'm like, that wasn't fair to me.
Question. I seen on your TikTok where you have like an episode where you were involved with a married man. Do you think this situation might be your karma?
So the guy wasn't, like, that was a title, just for, like, title, but he wasn't really married. Okay. He was with somebody, and I had no idea. Okay. So with that situation, it was people, like, compare it, but I'm like, I realized it was, like, this guy he came into my life, really good friends. He was helping me with, like, my acting career, all that stuff. That's who he was also one of the producers for the movie that I filmed in Chicago, like, helping me with a lot of things, and we were friends, and then we started, he fell for me first, and then I fell for him. And when I tell you this man was like, he did that shit so effortlessly.
So he was living two lives.
No, like, you don't understand. Two completely different lives. I would have never in a million years fathomed that guy would, like, when I found out, it was literally while I was in Chicago filming for the movie. The makeup artist, I found out because his phone kept ringing at 4:00 in the morning. I was staying with him the whole time, like, while we were in our hotel. Our rooms was next to each other, but I was staying in his room. Mm-hmm. And it was like 4:00 in the morning, make it a long story short, his phone kept ringing. And me being a woman, I'm like, and I know better. I'm like, why your phone keep ringing? I wish I never knew. I wish I never found out. Like, I'm not going to lie, like, in that way, because it was just like, I felt so played with. And long story short, we went back and forth over the phone. And finally, he's like, all right, like, I'll show you. Because I told him, if you don't show me, I'm leaving. And he shows me, and it's like, wifey, and it's messages. And I'm like, who's wifey? And he's like, that's just my daughter. That's what he said. It's my daughter. And then he just did a whole thing. Long story short, we went back and forth for a whole almost like 36 hours of him saying, like, it's not what you think. I'm like, well, why are you saying babe? Why are you saying I love you? Why are you saying good? Like, what? And he's like, well, then the new narrative was, that's my baby's mom. But, like, it's not even like that. Like, I can explain. It was just a bunch of that. Next thing you know, after me going crazy, and because I'm like, I know he playing me. Like, I'm literally losing my mind. The makeup artist, who she's on, her name is Kit. She's on VH1. She was like the makeup artist on set. She ends up coming to my room, and I open the door, and she's like, hey, like, I see there's a lot going on between you and such and such. Like, I kind of just wanted to just check in on you. Because he's in there, you know, talking to this other person, and he's telling them this and that. Mm-hmm. But I know I'm a woman. So I know if a woman acting a certain way, it's for a reason. That was her thing.
You just start kind of feeling the vibe between it and stuff like that. Was Corey? Was Corey? I just want to ask one question though. Did Corey kind of do the same thing too? Did you know that he was still married when y'all met?
So Corey told me that he had. When we first met, yes. When we met in April, he told me that he was married because one of our first, after we was having a spiritual conversation, he was telling me like, "Hey, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I am married and I'm currently trying to like fix my marriage. I'm trying to work on my marriage. So I want to let you know that because I just want to be respectful because I don't want you to think I'm trying to hit on you."
Oh, so
he was actually really respectful like that.
Said that in the beginning. Okay.
Yeah, and we weren't, and I wasn't interested. I was also dating, so I wasn't interested in him romantically. So that's why I said our relationship was business. It was like pure. And then I remember when he was our very next conversation about anything to do with that, he did tell me that he filed for divorce. Come to find out, he didn't. He started the paperwork, but he didn't file for divorce. And I want to believe that it wasn't filed because out of ignorance, almost like he thought he did, but he did it the wrong way. Mm-hmm. I want to believe that. But I thought that once we were together May 31st,
don't believe
divorce was filed. Divorce wasn't filed until I thought I still had this thing. I went with him to actually file the divorce. The divorce was filed. I had the actual paper stuff because I paid for the divorce to be filed. That's a whole nother thing.
You paid for him to file a divorce towards Karma. That's interesting. Yes. That's interesting.
Yep.
So what do the future hold for you? Like, you went ahead and admitted that you are with child. Mm-hmm. This puts you in a whole completely different situation because now you're going to be going through the exact same situation as the ex as far as the co-parenting situation. Now, I know you got on this internet, and I know that sometimes niggas cap on the internet, and you said, listen, it ain't no way I'm going back to that man. I ain't no second chances, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Was you lying when you said that? Do you still love the nigga? You still trying to get back there? Because, I mean, it seemed like a lot of the times when I was reading some of them text messages, it seemed like you was fighting for your life. You know what I mean? Do you still want to be him? Do you still want a family with Corey? I mean, because at the end of the day, the internet is one thing, but you got your real life to lead. And you know your truth. And if you love that nigga, no matter how crazy he is, then you love his crazy ass. It's just the simple way it is. So I mean, do you really want that with that? Because you know, I'm a woman too, and I read the text message that the girl who he was out at the restaurant with, you know what I'm saying, what she released. And in those messages, I mean, it did seem like you wanted to still be with him. Do you still love that man? You want to be with that man?
So I didn't really want to spend too much time talking about that situation with that
then we didn't say fuck it. Yeah, didn't say fuck it.
But I will make something clear when I texted the individual.
Yeah.
That was on Saturday. Mm-hmm. That was on Saturday, and there was previous things that led to that. It wasn't just like a random thing. I didn't want to give it energy because I have information and I have knowledge on what the agenda is, and so that's why I don't even want to give it energy because I don't want to participate in helping that agenda flourish on that side of things. You get what I'm saying? So if you follow what I'm saying. So with that being said, when I texted her, this is when I had just left because he moved all his stuff out, all of that stuff.
And you didn't even see that coming. He just bounced. Did you know he was bouncing, or did y'all make a decision to bounce, or you just kind of was like blindsided?
It was a decision. He actually, so the reason why we broke up, for you guys to know, I'll just leave it to you guys on here. We came home from getting my lashes done. Mm-hmm. He told me he was going to go to the gym. Mm-hmm. We were supposed to come home and watch TV together because I love watching like series and things like that. That's like my love language. Mm-hmm. Like not actually.
What made you? Before you get into it, what made you think that Corey knew what love languages is? You know that nigga don't know nothing about no affirmations. But anyway, keep going. You said so that y'all was watching.
That's a whole other conversation.
Hell yeah, go keep going. Yeah.
So we were supposed to come back and do that. And he ends up saying he wants to go to the gym. And I was kind of like annoyed a little bit because at this point it was like, by the time he got home, it was like 12 something, almost close to 1 a.m. And I'm like, okay, like you're going to the gym at this time. And we had previous conversations about not going out at that. I feel like those times are inappropriate. Mm-hmm. Like me personally, like it's just how I am. I'm Caribbean. So that's probably like a cultural thing. Like we're like your partner being at certain times. It's like even friends have invited me to go out. And I'm like, I respect him and I don't want to be out at 2, 3, 4 in the morning. So I just think it's inappropriate. It's me personally. So with that being said, he said he was just going to the gym. So I just kind of was like, you know, like, all right, he did have a lot on his mind. That day was like a hard day for him per se. So I'm like, all right, cool. So he goes to the gym. 2 hours later, at this point, I fall asleep. And this man comes home 2 hours later, waking me up with a flashlight. And I'm like, so I wake up and I'm like, what's up? And he's like, I'm about to actually go journal because God is speaking to me about some things. And so, like, I'll be in bed after, okay, mama? I'm, like, looking at him like, so now I'm not going to lie, I started getting, like, anxiety because I'm like,
God was speaking to that man.
Cheating on me? Like, I'm just, like, straight up, like, are you cheating on me? Because you left for 2 hours already, and now you're trying to go for another 2 hours? Like, no. Like, so at this point, he leaves, and I'm sitting here trying to fall back asleep because I'm like, Maddie, don't do it. Because I'm not gonna lie, I never questioned him per se. Mm-hmm. Like, that's one thing that I don't feel like he ever cheated on me. Like,
yeah, honestly, you ain't do proper research, because if you did, you would have known clearly not to believe none of that shit. No, God wasn't talking that damn man. Let me tell you something on some real shit. But go ahead.
Listen though, so he comes back. Okay, so yeah, when he leaves, I'm trying to just fall asleep because I'm trying not to spike. I'm trying to, like, we've had so many bad arguments. Like, even the week following up, like, we got into a really big argument and it ended pretty bad. And so, like, it was, like, bad, and then we kind of, like, bounced back from it. And so it's just, like, I'm now in a space where it's, like, the stress is not good on my body. You know what I mean? Like, being pregnant, like, going through, like, I had a whole scare, like, probably, like, 3-4 weeks ago, like, got into a bad argument. I started bleeding. He was literally right there.
Yeah, because that happened last night. It happened yesterday too, right?
Every time I get so worked up,
you better stop getting worked up.
Happened. Yeah, and thankfully everything is like, you know, okay, it's okay. And I'm not miscarrying, but it's still like, you know, it's still Maddie, you have to start thinking for others. You
way braver than me, Maddie. Because I'm gonna be real with you. If I was with a child with Corey, I'd be running blocks. Because I mean,
so with that being said,
I mean, you know, I don't support the fetus deleters, but what is making you want to have this child with this man? I mean, do you not see, like, where it might can go? I mean, because I know as a woman, you gotta want the family etiquette. It seems like you want the family etiquette. I mean, do you see yourself getting it with them? Because I mean, you now the third baby mama now. Okay, and he haven't had the best track record. You know what I'm saying? What you see is allegations right now that he's not a really good dad, and we don't know what it is to the extent. I know you probably seen him in dad mode some days, but I mean, is this something that you really, really want to do? Because you understand that this is your life. You feel me?
I think that now that things have taken a turn, so, like, I'm gonna just finish that story real quick. He ends up leaving. I ended up texting him, like, you keep leaving, like, to make it summary, you keep leaving at this time of the night, and you doing all this, and you said you was going to go to the gym for an hour, you went for 2, and now you're going to journal, like, what's, like, this is inappropriate.
Yeah. He
ends up saying something, I forget what he said, but it was something, like, small, like, he was being real calm, like, and he's like, I'm just journaling, like, I'm doing what God is warning me to do. That was his message, and I'm like, what? Like, all right, bro, because it's like, you keep doing this. Every turn, Corey does this thing of God is speaking to me, and God is, and I'm not saying that he's not, but it's like, I feel like he is, I'm gonna just put it out there, I feel, this is my feelings, they may not be real, but I feel like he uses the God thing to manipulate me in particular because he knows I'm big on faith, like, me personally, but now I'm finding out that he does this all the time. But with me personally, like, I felt like, you keep trying to use this God thing because you know I'm big on faith, and that's like anytime we would argue, it would always be something about God, and it's like, bro, like, God's not in that. I could tell you why, because it's for the fruit of the circumstances speak for itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, anywho, we went back and forth via text, and then he told me, like, what's your spirit feeling towards me, all this stuff, and I'm like, I feel unhappy, and he's like, well, like, and why is that? And then I wrote a long paragraph pretty much saying, like, I feel like I'm always asking you for the same things, and just when I think you're going to do better, you do for 24 hours, and then 72 hours later, we're back at it again, like, and it's just like, and I'm in a situation where at this point, I would have left him the moment he leaked those pictures of Carmen. That was like, That situation had me so hot.
Okay, see, I wanted to bring that up, but I didn't know if you was gonna save it to the video. I wanted to bring it up. I'm so happy that you brought that up. So you seen it? So when he was you there when he did that shit?
No, I didn't even see it when he did it. I only saw it when it was on Twitter. I was scrolling the next day on Twitter and saw it, and I'm like, I don't have a Snapchat.
Yeah. When
did you post this on Snapchat? That situation broke my heart on so many different levels. It broke my heart because I'm like, it broke my heart because I'm a woman. It broke my heart because it's like, Corey, on his end, it's like, you were doing better. Like, what made you do that? And then when he started posting the black screen, the threats and all that stuff, it's like what? Like, for real, and he said, nah, I realized that's why I deleted it. It was only up for 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That was a treat. He said it was only up for 10 minutes and he deleted it because obviously the next day I went and checked, it wasn't there. And I'm going to take his word that he deleted it within 10 minutes or whatever. But that situation, like, I sat on it for a while. And I had that on recording as well. We had, like, one conversation where I'm literally like, we going back and forth about something. I told him, I'll be honest with you. This is when he was doing his reaction video to her.
Mm-hmm.
And we had gotten to it about something that he was trying to say. And like, I was the person behind him, like, nope, don't say that. Like, trying to, like, hey, like, if you want to do this, because I didn't want him to respond at all. I'm like, it's because there's nothing you could say, bro. At the end of the day, this is her story. This is her truth. Like, it's really everybody in his family, everybody in his life. We all said, his dad, his mentors, everybody's like, it's nothing to say.
It ain't.
Like, at the end of the day, it's nothing to say.
Facts.
He's persistent. That's CJ. He wants to. So I'm like, if you want to do something, I at least try to do it right. At least, but anywho. So that day we had got into it because I told him, I'm like, if I wasn't, I'm gonna be honest with you. I said, what you did was so disgusting. I hope you know, and it's how I said, I hope you know, no woman is ever gonna want to deal with you because of what you did. I said, Facts. And if I wasn't pregnant, I would have left your ass.
So that was just like that. So that was kind of the reasons why you stayed around for most parts, because by that time it was just too late. Damn, that's crazy. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm happy that you did clear that up, because a lot of people was like, God damn, like, it ain't no way that this girl can be with this man after, he done did some shit like this. I mean, he had that girl whole ass out. You feel what I'm saying? The whole ass out. Maddie, the ass was out.
It was her vagina. It was her vagina.
I know I was trying to be nice, but yeah, he had it going out. You know what I mean? But look, shit, my heart really goes out to you as far as the whole thing, and I want to leave that alone because I know y'all got to work out things as far as family wise, but it's cool that you are still healthy as far as carrying your child and things like that. But now I'm gonna be real. This comes the time where I gotta give you some big sister shit, for real. You know what I mean? Because some niggas do this shit for likes and views and shit. I do this shit for real. You feel me? Like, I really be caring about the person, all right? And no matter how fucked up things come off online, I do realize that you're still a human being. And it's going to be certain things that you're going to take away from this conversation. There's certain shit you won't. You feel what I'm saying? But woman to woman, you're a beautiful woman, all right? It seems to me that you went through a lot of things to where you're looking for love in the wrong places, boo. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's your energy that's going to draw in certain people. And I'm happy and I'm hoping while you're going through your whole pregnancy and things like this, you take this as a moment of just nothing but solitude for you. You feel me? You know what you done lied about. You know what you done told the truth about. You know your story. Don't nobody know your story like you. But what I am going to say is that, when it comes down to you and Corey, just between me and you saw the red flags and you also were the red flag. And I know that shit probably ain't gonna sound right now, but I'm telling you.
No, I do.
It is. You feel me? And only some real niggas gonna tell you that type of shit. You feel me? There is nothing that a man is gonna be able to give us sometimes. And we feel like that we can go and we can insert all of our energy to him and we can change him. One of the things that I was seeing in your video that I was like, ooh, this shit's gonna come back and bite her ass. When you already felt like with you, it wouldn't happen. Because
and that was the thing. Like,
I seen it a lot. I seen you say that all the time. Oh, the nigga, I knew that you felt such a bond towards him that you felt like you were gonna be able to trump everything. And when I was seeing that, I was like, ooh, she don't know Corey like we do. You know what I mean? Because we've been in a relationship with a nigga like 5 years. You know what I mean?
One of the things that led to that feeling too was like from conversations that I've had with him. And again, I don't know anybody personally that he's dated in his past. He would say things like, you're the first woman that I've dated that's like strong, like mentally. And like, I already had my own stuff going on. I already had everybody else that he's dated he referred to them as weak. And so him pushing that narrative in my head, in my mind, I started to feel like, yeah, you're not going to try me because you can't, because I don't need you for nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Corey and I was splitting everything. Like, he wasn't taking care of me. Like, I want that to be 1,000% clear. That's why I never understood the narrative of, like, oh, she's using this man for money. Because I'm like, what money? Like, that was always the question that I had. Like, I promise you, I wish I saw it. So it was like, that's why I thought, like, he wouldn't play with me. And then I also thought, like, because I'm like, I know how I am. Like, even, like, that's when I would say, like, he ain't cheating. Because I'm like, I ain't gonna lie. I don't give a nigga, in my brain, I'm like, I don't give a nigga room to.
No, you never. That I 100% believe you on. Because, girl, when that man left for 2 days, you called his mama. You called everybody. I know they don't. I know you were. I swear I believe you on that type of shit. Because you talk to everybody. Goddamn, like, nigga, where you at? Nigga, I need a low.
We have each other's locations.
Yeah.
We had each other's locations always until we broke up. We had each other's locations. But also, we really just did everything together. Like, I'm trying to think of a moment. One time he went to Alabama without me, and he didn't even want me to. He wanted me to come with him. He like, please, beg, we haven't been on. I'm just like, no, because at that point I felt like I needed some space, and I wanted him to just like. And that's when he was first going to go file for the divorce. That's when he was first going to file for the divorce. Where he went with Aiden. He didn't even do it that time. He went and got the paperwork. He didn't really file for it. I wanted him to have that time with Aiden because he doesn't see his kids like that. So I wanted him to have that time alone without me being there. And it's kind of like Aiden probably gonna feel like, dang, nigga, you always got something around me or something. Yeah. So I wanted him to have that. And then I also wanted him to do the divorce thing and me not be there. Because it was just like, that whole thing is something that also took a toll on me, like in the back of my mind. Because I've been married before and I've dated while being separated. And while I do believe it's possible, I'm not going to lie, him still being legally married took a toll on me. Like a lot. Like that was like a conversation we had all the time. Like, bro, when are you going to, you keep saying, because if you don't want to do it, bro, please go back. Please go try to fix it. Because don't try to keep telling me you're going to do it. And then I sit here, you know what I'm saying? I'm more and more and more and more. And then you're not going to do it.
More invested.
I wasn't secure about that. I wasn't secure about that, and I could be 100% honest. Like,
that's
it was something that I never.
Because that's what it's about, Maddie. It's about understanding, like, on some real shit. If you do something wrong, it's cool. Because, see, half of the motherfuckers that's on this internet done did the same shit we all done did. The thing about it is when they're on the internet, they're perfect patties now. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying it's your truth, nigga. Sometimes, niggas will have you fucked up. Nigga, the nigga had me, I bust his window out. I never did it before, but I did it to his ass. It's the way that it is sometimes. It's some people gonna have that certain effect. And as long as you can identify what you're wrongdoing and take accountability from it, then goddamn, you fall, you get busted in the head, and you move the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? This won't be the end of you, but what you gotta do is you gotta make sure that the story that's be telling from this point will be 100% honest. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing about the internet, they the CIA. So whatever you say to this internet, you best believe they're gonna go and dig some shit up and be like, nigga, is this you? You feel me? So it's all about it's all about that, man. I ain't gonna lie, I appreciate you even taking the time out to chop it up. I know a lot of people have been hitting your ass up to get a story and shit. And see, with me personally, it was just certain things that I just really needed to know. Because I'm just like, there's no way this girl could be with everything. You know, it was just certain things I didn't understand. And I know, and there's certain things that I'm not going to touch on because I want you to put it on your on your YouTube, because she does have a video that is dropping. And she's going to tell her story. And I don't want to talk too much about it. You know what I mean? One thing I will respect is when we were in the DMs, you did say, like, you know, if I ever came off insensitive to Carmen, you said it, you know, flat out, you know, I don't, you know, that's not what my position was. And I respect that. You know what I mean? I love that. I love just to see women, at least being able to be honest with other women. Cause sometimes, bro, we get it wrong because these niggas be pillow talking between both and the stories be different. And I think you can already understand and testify to that type of shit. Now, if you could say anything to the people who might have been following you, that all of a sudden got turned off. I mean, what would you say to the people? Like, what do they need to know about Maddie? What could they expect? You know what I'm saying? With your content and going forward from this. Now, I know that you and Corey's situation is going to take a little run, but fuck that. We're not talking about him. We're talking about what would you say to every woman that's watching right now that might have had you misunderstood? Like, what would you say to them about you?
I guess the first thing that I'll say is that I am a girl's girl. I know that my decisions may have not been a reflection of that, and they were simply just mistakes. And I'm flawed. I'm not perfect. I've taken accountability for those mistakes, something that I wasn't going to put out there, which, let me think. Okay, I'll do it. Like, I even apologized to her, Carmen, off camera.
That's
like
lit.
I apologized to her. And I wasn't gonna like even say it.
No, because you don't, because you know, I know how niggas do. She apologizing now because they ain't together no more. I get it, but keep going.
Yeah, like, freak. I am a girl's girl at the end of the day, and I even have like a women's group where we talk, we meet like bi-weekly, because that's just even before all of this, I've had a Bible study group. It was just a little different. It's just who I am. Like, I love to pour into women because I have been through a lot of because of my poor decisions, but a lot of things that I've experienced that was out of my control. And so I do believe that there is a calling on my life, like to share my story and to pour into women. So that's what I'm consistently trying to do, because I can relate to a lot of different scenarios. I mean, you name it, like what you could possibly think that could happen to a woman, it has happened to me. And I used to be really upset with God about some of the things, because I'm like, bro, why are you putting me through all this? And something like God was like, well, some things, you're putting yourself through.
Yeah.
But like, I've gotten confirmation on multiple occasions that my prison would be a platform. My prison would be purpose. It would free a lot of other women. I would help other women navigate through these circumstances, but also help women avoid a lot of situations. Mm-hmm. And so that is something that I'm passionate about. What you can expect to see from me going forward, I think that is an area that I'm going to sit in. And I hope that women who felt offended by some of my decisions and actions, I hope that they can forgive me. I know that some people are committed to misunderstanding you, and so I don't expect to be liked by everyone. That doesn't come with this. But that is something that I definitely want to show, and I want people to even join me on, my acting journey. It's up and down. It's on pause right now, but that is my dream. That is who I am. That's who I am. Like, that's Maddie in her essence. When I'm on set 16, 17 hours, 8 days straight, that's my happy place. Okay. So definitely seeing a lot of that. And, with YouTube and everything, it's something that I've gone back and forth on. Like, I had a original YouTube video already up, like, last year, and I took it down because I'm like, I'm going to start over and I'm going to try to do this. I've just been discouraged in that area because of the editing. Mm-hmm. That's all. Mm-hmm. So now it's just, like, figuring out what works for me. I do want to do YouTube. I have a very interesting lifestyle mm-hmm. that I've always lived off camera. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, okay, now that I guess I'm on camera, I want to bring people along that journey. So that's why I'm doing a YouTube now. And I don't want people to support me, or I understand if people know me because of Corey, mm-hmm. but I don't want that to be. You don't want people to support you because they hate him that much. Because they hate him that much. Yeah. Or because they want me with him, or like any of that. Like, I want my own organic like support for Maddie. Like, I want people to like Maddie for Maddie. And I'm big on relationships with my fans. Like, I respond to DMs. I'm that person that's like, I literally, like, that's who I am. So it's just like, I wouldn't want there to be an ulterior motive behind that, especially if I'm taking my time to build a relationship, especially if I'm letting I'm making a women's chat and I'm allowing, these women to talk to me, and we're talking to each other, and I'm telling y'all my life. And the next thing you know, like, I actually found out that one of the women in the chat, I did some research, and because something was brought to me, and I'm like, oh, dang, like, it's an ulterior motive and stuff like that. That breaks my heart. You know what I mean? Because I'm sitting here, I was just the day that CJ and I broke up, before it all happened, I was just on a call with them for a whole hour, and I'm telling them my heart about our relationship and about us, and because I'm talking about a lot of things that's going on in my life. Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of ulterior motives when it comes down to social media. You really do gotta be protected. It sucks because you want to be genuine to the people that support you completely, but then you never know who is. Now we about to wrap up because I know you need to go lay that down and shit. But I got one question. Okay, now I'm I can't help it. Do you practice witchcraft? Did you put anything on me? I need to know, Maddie. Tell me right now, because I only got a little bit of sage left. Is something gonna happen to me tomorrow? Listen, don't do that. Wait till I get to 100K first. Don't be trying to do nothing to me. I ain't got time for that shit. Do I need to go get some chicken bones? Huh? I know. I need to know this shit. For real, I'll be scared, girl. Like, that ass serious. The video was spinning.
No, I appreciate, no, for real though. I do appreciate you for sitting down. You know what I'm saying? I wish you the best. You dig what I mean?
Thanks,
I was happy that you was able to clarify as much stuff as you could without, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, going off the limbo on yourself. I do appreciate the things that you were saying that you really didn't have to say, especially about reaching out to Carmen, having empathy to Carmen and shit like that. I mean, to me, that's some big shit to be able to do. You know what I'm saying? And fuck what folks say. You feel me? But go feature you baby, you all right?
I'm all right.
Oh, because you hold a baby. I'm just saying out to see. I ain't got time. No, but I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You enjoy the rest of your night. I do. Everybody in the chat, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, y'all show love to Maddie. You know what I'm saying? It took a lot for her to come in and sit down. You feel what I'm feeling? Y'all gonna feel how you feel regardless. You know what I mean? Corey in his chat. No, please don't tell me. Corey up. Oh, shit. Corey up in here. Corey, listen, we just had a good conversation. Don't come over with that foolishness, my boy. Don't come over here with the foolishness. I told you, bring your ass over here so we can sit down on some Remy and shit too. But Corey, don't come over here with this shit. Did you call him over here with all that shit? Y'all ain't doing no shit where y'all doing that telekinesis shit, right? Don't get too involved. Corey in for real? He gone? No. Okay, because for real, don't start that shit. No, Maddie, for real, I appreciate it, man. Hey, you continue to do what you're doing. Make sure you take care of yourself first. You got a baby now.
Yeah.
It's real. You can't let certain shit get into your energy because you got a child. You don't want your child to be built off that. And listen, if you and Corey is going to co-parent, be the best co-parent you can be for that kid. You feel what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that's what it's going to be about. And
exactly.
I wish you well, okay? And hell yeah.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna see you
thank
around
you for having me. I appreciate it.
Nah, thank you. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's showing you love. Everybody's saying, yeah, I mean, and I do. I have Sister Sunday. I have a platform that I do on Sundays. It's called Sister Sunday.
Oh, that's dope.
It's for women, by women. You know what I mean? We got sometimes, and we have some interesting topics. We got prayer group. I got a website. Come slide on me over here. It's right here on Twitch every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. It's at 3:00. Come slide in on with it. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. I know you said that you were, you got, religious backgrounds and things like that. We usually talk about some positive shit. That's all we do over there. You know what I'm saying? It's a very safe space. I ain't got time to get involved with folks. You feel me? Like, dead ass serious. I told you when we talked to them, I said, hey, I ain't that type of person. I want to know you outside of the camera. I want to know who you is, my nigga. It's that simple. You will be respected over here. That's just how it's going to be. You feel me? So, yeah. Appreciate you. I'm going to talk to you later, baby girl.